Welcome back to ToastyTentacle. My name is Toasty. Thanks for joining us today. Today we have a very special guest, Joelle. Hello, Joelle.
Hello.
Hello. Now, I'm excited about Joelle being on the show today because we are recent TikTok acquaintances. However, we have a storied and checkered past. And we'll dig into that today. But let's start with a little bit of TikTok, and then we'll bring it back to TikTok at the end. So just real quickly, what are your goals? What are your immediate goals for TikTok? Do you have any immediate goals for TikTok?
To help with my mental health.
I like it. I like it a
Being like
lot.
stupid and silly is helping me not be crazy. Well, as crazy.
wait, wait.
Have
Okay
to
then.
clarify.
Hey, speaking of mental health, um, I think we met at a place called the Beach Theater, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was
Woo.
our first time. In fact, news, I don't know if you've heard it or not, but they're trying to reopen the Beach Theater.
Yeah. A couple of people, Brittany and Deidre, went to the meeting. There's a new
Oh,
owner and they're trying to renew it all and make it all
oh.
beautiful and stuff.
I have to say, for four straight magical years, you were part of my Saturday night cabaret. That was great. I'd go out every
That's
Saturday
it.
night. Yeah,
Only 3 or 4 years.
well, I mean, it was like straight. There's a great complication, but yeah, it was like 3 or 4 straight years that
Hmm.
I visit every now and then. I consider myself an alum, but there was like a 3 year stretch where I was like pretty.
I have no idea how long you had gone. I know I had been on cast for forever.
Has it been forever? I mean, do we want to put a number to it, or we want to leave that as a mystery? How
Hmm.
long have you been doing Rocky Horror shadow casting?
Well, technically, I started in my mommy's belly,
I mean,
and then
that's pretty much every moment.
the first time I went, I was 13. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean, it's
and
coming of age.
then I joined cast at 15. I was the first underager.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they picked a bad example because I'm, so grown up for my age.
Oh no.
And then a
So,
bunch of other teeny boppers got on cast, and it ruined everything.
no, it was fine. It
No,
was
it
no-
was drama. It was
nobody
high school.
nobody burned the
I It was high school.
Yes, yes, it was. I mean, it's theater. Did you ever do any theater in school, or was this like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
So,
homie, don't play that game.
yeah. So what kind of theater did you do in school? What productions were you in?
That's
Oh
a
no.
good question.
That was an
I
impressionable time in your life. I don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. We all enjoy small cookies, very tiny cookies that we put into our mouth, very tiny little cookies.
Yes.
I
I don't remember much of high school.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. I did theater my final year, so I was very
Mm.
excited when I got to the Beach Theater and I could see all you running around like little high school kids. So yes, it was very high school, and I'm sorry that it was a horrible experience, but I sure enjoyed it. That was a lot
Well,
of fun.
it was awesome at the beginning. It was a
Yeah.
good time.
So what was your like a lot of people talk about Rocky Horror Picture Show as kind of like their coming of age or their awakening. What was it for you? Did you have that kind of spiritual experience or
It was finding a place I belonged.
okay.
Like I got to be on stage, I got to make a whole bunch of new friends, meet new people. In fact, I'm still friends with half of those people,
Oh, that's fun.
which is terrifying to think.
It's not terrifying. It's good. It's right.
Terrifying.
Well, I mean, it's terrifying in a good way. I'm trying to spin it. Friends
We'll
are
go
good.
with that. Look, hey, I got a beautiful offspring out of the deal
Hey, you know what?
and an
That's
awesome divorce.
hey, you know, those are good. Those are good. That's a good pairing. But the
Yeah.
offspring is worth it. So whatever pain and suffering that was. I only tried it once. I only tried to play Crim once, and I was terrible. You'd think after watching it for 3 years, I would actually know a cue, but
No, I couldn't do crim.
That was terrible.
Even to this day, I still could not do crim, and I'm still on a cast.
Are you still doing it?
Yeah, there's actually a show coming up June.
Is that at the All Natural place?
No, so we actually did our last show, very last show there, because they're changing how things are. And there will be no more Rocky there. So this is at bar something. Some bar. I could find the thing. It's written down. Because if not,
we'll put it in the stuff.
Wind Tunnel.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is all for the flavor. We're just trying to understand who is Joelle. What is a Joelle?
I mean, technically it means gift from God.
Really?
But my parents were kicking themselves in the butt for that one when I turned 15.
Now, you are clearly a gift from God. Obviously.
I made my adoptive mother sign her legal rights over to me at 15 so that I could move in with my birth mother.
Nice.
A real gift from God on this one, huh?
I mean, hey, listen, we all get there somehow. Now, wasn't your birth mother the one who was starring in Rocky Horror Picture Show? Because
she's the one that took me, yeah.
That's fantastic. So was she in Shadowcast, or she just attended?
She attended. She never had the cojones for it.
It does take a lot of cojones to stand up in front of that guy. And the Rocky crowds are a little grumpier. Well, not grumpier, but they're very energized.
They have things to throw at you.
They do have things to throw.
Like if you're really that bad, there's stuff to throw at you.
It goes in two directions. Up and back. Nothing like getting winged by a newbie with a half a handful of rice in the back of the head.
Or a piece of toast that was like so stale.
Oh, it was like a brick. I went to a prop bag party. I went there one time, and it was an amazing setup because they're like, all right, scoop of rice, scoop of rice, scoop of rice, scoop of rice, one page of newspaper.
And it just like went down the.
Yep, just boom, boom. And they're like, all right, time to burn more toast. And they're just putting in trays. It was great.
And like
it was just amazing.
4 loaves of bread for 20 prop bags.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But they didn't do hot dogs. Thank goodness. That would have been awful.
Gross. It would have been disgusting. It was already bad enough trying to clean the theater afterwards.
Well, the rice was good because at least it was like a drying agent.
The blower.
Oh yeah. I always told him I wanted to do a comedy show on the stage, and we could never work it out. And I just figured the very first thing I would do is I bring up a 5-pound bag of rice and then a leaf blower, and then just pelt the crowd with rice and be like, yeah, see how that feels. Because I was sitting in the back.
That would be awesome.
Right? That would be it. Now I've given it away. Doggone. Well, there's always next time.
It's all right. I'll stay up at the front.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine.
Over to the side.
I'll be fine. We'll just tell you to duck and cover. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Pretend there's a hurricane. Put a book over my head. Sit in the hallway.
You just go ahead and hunker down. Hunker down. Well, Joelle, how does one hunker down? How do you hunker down? I just love it. I got to Florida the very first year, and I was terrified because I had never been in a hurricane before, and people are all like, "Oh yeah, you need to hunker down." And I'm like, I don't know what is hunkering. What is that? How does one hunker?
No, all I know is when there's a hurricane, it's party time.
Oh yeah, hurricane's the name of a drink we'd have down at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
know.
You
ever see someone like dance walking because they couldn't stand grabbing onto a pole to keep themselves?
my favorite part was every single news station had like hurricane. So you got Bay News 9 on the 9, weather on the 9s every hour, and every station, no matter what it was, they'd always have the veteran reporters in the studio, and they're like, boy, this is a real whippersnapper of a storm, and like, oh, it's really kicking up out there, let's go to Tom out in the parking lot. And they've got the new guy, and he's strapped from head to toe in like that really thick rain gear, like he's a fisherman, and he's got a little
shivering,
he's got a dynamometer, and he doesn't even know what a dynamometer is, and he's like, I'm out here and this little thing says I should get inside. Oh.
And then a car comes past, and
yeah, just And then the angel wings. I remember.
Splashes him.
It's ridiculous.
Oh,
The
good
rain in Florida is
times.
ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Yep. I honestly, the hurricanes were never as bad as the tropical storms
Okay. Interesting.
that I've noticed anyway.
I think the hurricanes burn out because once they hit land, they just kind of. But and I tell people it's really not the wind so much; it's the flooding. The flooding is really what's the problem behind hurricanes. At least that's what I've experienced. I don't know. Have you
Yeah,
experienced more wind or have you experienced more flooding?
flood.
Yeah.
Except for the last like hurricane that was gonna hit us, Irma. It was windy. Like I was standing out on the porch, like watching a whole bunch of nothing.
That's crazy.
And then all the northerners left.
Yeah.
And houses were like affordable.
Oh yeah.
And now they're all coming back. And things are not affordable.
No. Welcome to Florida. Yeah,
Gas
I
is
heard
like
it's getting low.
$5.
Oh yeah. That's ridiculous. Gas up here is 440, almost 450.
Like
Diesel is
$4.49 here.
$6. Diesel is $6. I'm like, what? In fact, when it first started hitting in March, right after Russia invaded Ukraine, it went up to like 450. And then our governor was like, hey, everybody, we're just going to do a tax holiday on the gas. So then it dropped back down to like 370 or something. And then they kept that for about a month and then it just bounced back up. So like overnight it went up 70 cents. And we're like, oh, that hurts, because I used
They
to work
didn't
at
even take you out to dinner first.
no, no, they did not. They just filled the tank.
Exactly.
They filled it. They filled it all the way up to the brim. They didn't
And
even
not
use that
gently
special
either.
spout. No, they did not. They fueled us very frantically. That was
They were in a rush.
you can't rush fueling. You got to take your time.
Apparently you can because it jumped real fast.
It hurt my feelings. It kind of hurt. I'm just saying because then you start thinking like, that bus looks better. And then you're like, get on the bus. I've ridden the bus before. It's a slice of
A
pie.
doozy.
It is. Have you been a bus rider in the Pinellas Transit area?
My mother, when I was 15 and I moved down here, decided I needed to ride the bus at least once.
Oh my.
That's
And
all it took for me to never do that again. Like
one
I
and
would
done,
rather
huh?
I would rather walk 2 miles than take public transportation here.
I understand.
No, public
That makes sense.
transportation in San Fran, I'm about it. But now you can just like buy a stranger from the internet to come pick you up.
You really can. You really can.
It's very convenient.
And the buses in your area are just they don't run very often. They run like every hour, they run every 2 hours, and you're like, you can't, that's not reliable. Because if you have to take more than one bus, how are you going to match them up? There's no way.
It's even worse because with all the Rona stuff, like they had made it so that you couldn't have as many people.
I've been on those
cut a couple
buses
bus
where
drivers'
it's
hair.
just ridiculous. Standing room only, especially during spring break. Oh my goodness, that is just whoosh, crazy people.
Well, I had to drive on the beach today, Clearwater Beach.
Oh, I'm sure that was fun.
Luckily, I was getting off of the beach. Getting off of the beach is not nearly as bad as I saw the traffic that was trying to come onto it. All across the entire bridge. I was just like, oh, I am so glad I'm not going that way.
What are you doing today? I'm spending 30 minutes on the causeway. That's what I'm going to do. Me and the family, we're going to take them out. And I think that's why they have little stops along the causeway, because you won't make it to the beach in time. So you just pull over and enjoy a little water.
Well, I mean, that's probably the only way you're going to be able to go to the bathroom either.
Yeah.
You're going to be there for like 20 minutes. Just.
Oh yeah. And there are no bathrooms anywhere. There's no bathrooms at the stores, no bathroom. The hotels don't want you using them.
There's nothing at the beach.
Nothing. Just nothing.
Except
no
for,
public
where the
restrooms
fish
whatsoever.
go.
Well, it's interesting because I live in Baltimore now. I'm in Maryland.
Right.
And in my town, we have a metro. We have a subway. It starts above ground and then it eventually goes underground by the time it gets to Baltimore City. Very fancy.
Fun.
Very fancy. One little problem though, when you're riding public transportation, there are no public restrooms at any of the train stations, at any of the bus stops. So that means you can't really rely on the transportation because if you gotta do your business, you can't. I'm telling you, train stations as big as you can imagine, just huge auditoriums
Right.
filled with trains coming in and out, not a single bathroom, not one public restroom in these giant facilities.
Has it always been like that, or is that because
And
of the
that was,
Rona?
no, that was pre-Rona. That was pre-Rona. You should have seen me trying to run around Baltimore City trying to find a bathroom. Nobody wants to get, oh, we don't have a bathroom. But you're serving hot food. I don't care. We don't have a bathroom. Okay, okay, fine. You got a
That's
side
when
of the
you pull
building.
I was going to say that's when you pull a Big Daddy and.
Yeah, it's not your problem now, is it? Nah. Oh, let me tell you, as I get older, we have a lot more of those instances where we're like, well, nature calls or civility calls. Nature
Hey,
nature leans
yeah,
on that door.
whatever. At least you have that option.
Hey, I'm
Girls,
sorry.
we don't. We have to like go in teams and like hold each other's arms so that we don't fall. Okay.
The
Yeah, you're
original
picturing that now, aren't you?
the original maypole where they're swinging around the maypole, they're holding each other's
Exactly.
hands and like, we're practicing for later in case we have to squat in the field in the middle of harvest.
Exactly.
Wow, this is taking a
Yeah,
weird turn.
you ever wonder why women go to the bathroom in pairs?
Now we know. It's like parkour.
Exactly.
Hip, hip, hip. It's like Cirque du Soleil. They just hip, hip, hip. They backflip and they just perfect. And next, rotate. Fit, fit, fit. You know, it's funny because I specifically remember standing in line waiting on the whole class to use the bathroom in elementary school, and every girl that went in always went in pairs. And I mean every single girl. There was not a solo bathroom female user, period. And me and the boys are standing around, we're just like, hey, you know what? It's because they're too small. They gotta sit together on the toilet, otherwise they'll fall in. That makes perfect sense. We get to stand and do our thing, but they gotta sit, and that makes sense. They're back to back. They're all like, "You don't let me fall in, Becky. I won't let you fall in, Sarah." Okay.
See again. Don't let us fall in.
See, I'm telling you, it's a thing. I'm it's so strange. So strange. This is everything I asked for, Joelle. This is everything I wanted it to be. Everything, and it gets weirder.
It
And if
always
Rocky
gets
couldn't be
weirder.
weirder, we were in a movie together. That is a great setup. We were in a local small budget art
Very small
film.
budget.
Very small budget. And I have to say,
Did you
aside
get
from
paid for that? Because I didn't.
I get paid. I had my life systematically dismantled. How's that for payment?
I mean, I had
Sorry.
some trauma.
Oh, I did too. I did too. I
Thanks for the therapy.
don't know how much we really want to go into. But hey, making the movie was fun. Boy, oh
It
boy, was
was.
that movie. Maybe it wasn't fun, but it was interesting.
It was
I
something.
It was something. It was something. I still have a very vivid image of you running across this park in a wedding dress, just smattered in blood. And I was just, I didn't really know you too well at that time. So I was just like, oh, that's so amazing. Because it was you and another lady, and y'all were brides
It wasn't
together.
a lady. It
No?
was not a lady.
Was that Ted?
It was Ted.
Wow.
It was Ted.
Well, to be fair, Ted is a very beautiful, beautiful woman. And
He was a very beautiful bride.
He was a very beautiful bride. Ted, let me tell you, Ted wears dresses like a lot
Not
of women I've
anymore,
never met.
from my
No?
understanding. No.
Oh.
Apparently he wants to be normal.
Oh no. Oh, apparently
Yeah.
the pandemic claimed more than just others.
which means I really want to find that movie now that I think about it.
I really want to see that movie too.
Because from my
expensive.
understanding, he deleted like all the pictures from like Rocky and all that from his
Oh no.
socials.
Oh,
I'm like,
maybe
it's the internet. Like they're
the
somewhere.
internet is forever. Have you even
Yeah.
looked at the Wayback Machine? That stuff will rock your world. Even websites that aren't up now, you can still find archived. Like, oh yeah, the internet is forever. Just don't.
Yeah.
I don't need to
No,
tell
I know.
you that.
I found out I can still sign into my MySpace. Yeah.
Wow, you are
Yeah.
going back.
I know.
Wow. Do you? Do you ever look at it?
I do occasionally, but like I can't, half the pictures won't load and I don't know
Oh yeah.
why.
No, it's a hot jumbled mess. I mean, on my really, really rough days, and if I'm really like, I don't know where my life is going, I'll pull up MySpace and be like, oh, what a fool you were. So
Like, oh, like,
young.
it's okay. It was so much worse.
Oh, you thought everything was horrible. Little did you know. Oh man. Oh, that's yeah, that's a lot of sadness in there.
It won't even give me my old messages from there either. It's
Oh,
very sad.
I can't even log in because it's through it's through an email service through a server. Roadrunner doesn't even exist anymore. Roadrunner doesn't exist. I mean, it's done. So
Yeah.
my recovery email is through a service that no está aquí ahora. Lo siento mucho. So that's it.
I
It's all
mean,
done.
I don't even know how I got mine because my email address was a Yahoo one that I have no idea what the
Oh
password
yeah.
or anything is. Somehow I got it logged in.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I can
it's
just randomly be like, choo 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 choo.
yeah, if you don't think about it, you're just like, oh, well, that felt right. That felt right. That felt good. Okay, we're in. It is. It's so much fun too, because I'll run across like emails because I'll get in these moods where I'm like, oh, I have a great idea for a project, and it'll be like, oh, the Toasty project, and I'll go do like toastyproject at gmail.com, and then I'll get like the website toastyproject.com. And I do nothing with it for years. So I've got like a dozen email addresses of all these projects like I don't do anything with. It's
That's
so
right. I have
silly.
a list of passwords on my phone so that I don't
Nice.
forget.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No,
It's
she
okay. It's
doesn't.
locked. My phone be locked.
Oh,
It's
my phone
Apple,
be
so
locked.
it's not very secure.
No, no. That was, did you listen to the Senate hearings when the CIA and the NSA were just like, hey, Apple, we want the key to the back door? And they're like, we didn't make a back door. And they're like, you're lying. And they were like, so are you. It was fascinating. It was fascinating.
No, I try
Yeah.
to avoid that.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I understand that. But yeah, the movie was a fascinating experience. And now we come full circle back to our brand new
Tic
acquaintance, which is
Tac.
TikTok. Now I noticed that you started on early on. You did a lot of dances with your daughter, and there was like a lot of interaction there. But there's been a definite content shift, like you're doing more like musical
Spicy stuff.
ones, and you are doing a lot of spicy stuff, which is always a pleasurable thing. um Sorry, so
I'm
thirsty.
just finding funnier sounds. And my daughter doesn't really like me that much.
Oh,
She used to be
so
like, I'll do the dances with you because I'll show you how to do them better. And now she's like, Mommy, don't you think you're a little too old to be wearing things like that?
oh no, she did not.
Oh, she does.
Oh,
What, Mommy, you should really stop wearing belly shirts because I can see your your gut.
did you remind her that's where she came from? So
Yep. And I also remind her that I'll kick her in the face, but she's taller than me now at 12.
please don't kick your daughter in the face.
I
unless
mean,
unless it's a sanctioned martial arts demonstration.
I
Yes,
mean, I
please.
can shake her now. She can't get
Nope,
shaken baby
nope,
syndrome anymore.
nope, 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 no, no. So TikTok's going pretty well. Oh boy, oh no, we we got some things. No, I'm glad. I'm sorry that you and your daughter are not having that.
Oh, I
It-
mean,
like,
she's 12.
She's 12. She'll go away for a few years and then she'll come back and then she'll go away. It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
Yeah, she'll eventually be nice to me again, maybe.
She will. She'll absolutely come to you and she'll be like, Mom, I got some problems. And you'll be like, I tried to tell you, but let's do it now.
Told you, stupid.
Okay, so it's still a little fresh. It's still a little fresh. I see. We're gonna get.
Hey, no, I love my little girl unconditionally. I love my little boy unconditionally. They are very well aware that I'm going to be there for them no matter what.
Right.
Even when they do stupid things, I'm going to tell them it's stupid, but we're going to work through it together because I love them.
Right. Right.
But I'm
Very
still going to
good.
tell them it was stupid things. And
I mean,
we also don't have to like each other all the time either.
no, that is true. I'm agreeing a lot, but it is true. That's something my mom has taught me as an adult, is that the meaning of family is that we can argue and we can disagree and we can generally not like each other for right now, but at the end of the day, we'll still make sure we're taken care of. And
Yep.
maybe you sit on that side of the table and eat, but other than that, we'll be fine. How about you go eat in the living room?
Maybe you just don't eat the food that I prepare.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
How about you go fix something? Yeah, that's good. How about you go cook something?
I just wouldn't trust anything I cook when I'm angry.
No. Note to self, no dinner at Angry Joelle's. Right, got it.
Because you want it cooked with love, not anger.
That's true. It's true. You do put a lot of yourself into the things you cook. And if you're angry, then it's going to be a lot of like burned Brussels sprouts. Nobody likes burned Brussels sprouts.
Right. Unless you're Jeffrey Dahmer, and then you put a lot of other people into what you're cooking.
See.
Sorry.
That's why we can't have nice things. That's why we can't have nice things. You did what to whom for how many jelly beans? What?
Oh, you stole my old saying.
I did steal your old saying. I remember that was one of the first lines. I remember you, like, we were talking about something. I was hanging around and schmoozing with all the Rocky kids, Rocky teens after the show. And somebody was talking about something. They were talking some trash, and you ran up, just popped up, and you're like, "You did what to who for how many jelly beans?" And I was like, I didn't know how to process that information, but you were just very.
I was there.
You were just there. You were there.
It's like a fairy, you poof, and here I am.
Here I am. Very nice.
Look what I can do. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. So what are you creating these days? How do you stay creative? We always like to bug people about their creative process. What are you making these days?
I disassociate and I scroll through the TikTok until I find something that makes me either laugh or feel. I don't like feeling though, so I try to avoid the feeling ones as much as possible.
Nobody needs that. Just no. You can usually tell in the first few seconds when it's like a and you're like, oh, there's gonna be a puppy. Somebody's gonna give $1 to somebody.
Arms of the
and the arms of the angel. Oh yeah, a couple of them. You just, the second you scroll up, you're like, oh no, like
nope.
There's one lady did a cover of like a dance song on harp, and it was and if I find it, I can send it to you, but it's like it's very distinct, and people always use this one voice effect over it, and like if you're working for minimum wage, then you are a fool or something like that. But it's in this it's this really plucky harp music. It's you had to be there. Yeah, I don't know.
I probably.
That's the hard thing about TikTok, is that you have these experiences and they're only 60 seconds, but they're very intense, and some of them are very just, they're funny and they're quick. And then you try to explain to somebody and you're like,
that's when you just hit that little share button like a normal smart person.
Some people younger than me are not on TikTok, and it's hurting my feelings because they're like,
so send them the videos anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's not like you can't text it to them, or you can save it and send it to them through like Facebook.
That's very true. Now, are you maximizing your TikTok? Do you record a TikTok and then do you post it on Instagram and then Facebook, or?
Posted on the Instagram, posted on the Book of Faces. Yeah.
Very good.
Everywhere. I think the Twitter. Can I do it on Twitter? I don't know.
I don't know.
posted a couple things
you can
on
share.
Twitter, I think, maybe.
Twitter has expanded what you can share. Back in the day, it was just text, and it was just text, and then they got into pictures, and I think you can do videos and all kinds of.
I don't understand. I feel like the old person trying to figure it all out.
Yeah. How many moments do you have like that every day where you're just like, oh, this world?
I don't want to talk about it.
Let's not talk about it. I don't want to.
I have this client who he's like 18, 19. I've watched him like go from he didn't have his license to now he's graduated college, or he's in college. And I'm like, and we were talking about like the technology thing, and I'm like, yeah, when I was younger, like back in my day, phones came with an instruction manual. And he was like, no, they didn't. And I was like, yeah, because we needed to know how to work these. Like now they come with nothing, and I have to ask the young people how to do something.
Well,
or Google it. I had to Google how to take a screenshot on my phone because I didn't have the little button thing.
I've done that so far, because every phone's a little bit different. Some of them want the, these two buttons or these two buttons, and
well, and Apple keeps taking things away from us.
Oh yeah, Apple doesn't want you to have anything. They don't, least of all, joy and happiness. No.
Here, pretty soon the phone is going to come disassembled, and you're going to have to assemble it yourself and pay double the price.
It's the IKEA of phones. Be like, here's the box of parts. Good luck. That's so amazing. That is so.
Oh, you want a phone? You want a headphone jack? That costs extra.
Yeah, we didn't put a jack on this one. We'll sell you a Bluetooth. There we go. There we go. How's that sound? How's that sound for you?
Oh, you want to use these fancy ones, but you want to charge your phone too? Good luck.
Suck it, loser.
Pay an extra $20.
Yeah, I know. Everything. It's like that. There was a car commercial where they're like, don't pay too much for your car, and the guy would get in, he'd literally feed 20s into the dashboard. And that's how I see most Apple users. They're just like feeding 20s into their phone, just like, oh my God, it's the best experience ever. Nah.
Kind of what it feels like.
It does.
It's like gas prices.
It's ridiculous. When I get a new phone, I don't go like out to maybe like $200-$300 max. That's my limit. If I get to $300, I start freaking out. And I'm looking at your
the payment plan.
And they're like $1,000. I'm like, y'all need to calm down. That's like 10 years of phone for me. $1,000.
Well, and the part that cracks me up the most is like with the vaccines and whatever, and people are like, oh, they're gonna microchip us. Homie, do you know how much I pay for a microchip? Like I have microchipped myself.
I installed my own chip.
Like I don't go anywhere without these things.
Absolutely. I can tell you almost in my house where I've been from Google Maps, because it's always on me.
It traces you.
Absolutely. I actually bill my my client based on my maps, because when I go to a venue, then I get paid. If I don't go to a venue, I don't get paid. So I just go through maps and I'm like, oh, I went that day, and then I'll look through and be like, where did I go? Like, I forget going. I don't think
zoom in.
And all I can think about is like, is my phone having fun without me? Like, did I take a nap and my phone left? Like, did my phone call an Uber?
Like,
it has my credit card information. My phone can do a lot.
True. It totally could. It could ruin your life, really.
Oh, absolutely. All it's got to do is open this stuff and send it to that. We're done.
Yeah.
Hey,
we don't need to.
Speaking of nuclear material, I hear you not only are a fantastic barber, but you also have done some accounting. Is that true? You like the numbers?
Yep, I like the numbers a whole lot. It's super fun.
Good.
I recently did a Harry Potter.
Oh, a Harry Potter
thing. Yeah, I dressed as a Slytherin while I was accounting.
Oh, wow. Wow. I can see that. And so can you. I mean, what I'm saying is that we'll definitely include your information that we can down in there, and then you figure it out. It's fascinating because TikTok has taught me code words. It's taught me
Right.
an entire what do they call it? Code switching. Code switching is what they call it. When you it's very popular in circles of color, is that you talk one way around these people and you talk another way around these people, and the term's called
Oh,
code switching.
okay.
And I mean, everybody does it to some point. I think it's fascinating. If you're ever around people, watch how they address older people, and they usually go up a tone, and they're just like, "Oh, hey, buddy, what's going on?" And then you're like, "Hey, my mom's here." "Oh, hi, Mrs. Oh, hey," they jack it real up. So it's
The food
interesting.
service voice.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yes, exactly. You got
customer
that
service
service
voice.
industry. "Oh, hi, how's it going?" "Oh, not a problem. Let me go ahead and help you out with that." That's
Yep.
fun. That's fun. So Harry Potter counting is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hufflepuff is next.
oh, hello. Not enough love for Hufflepuff, but we'll turn
I
that
know.
around. We'll turn
I'll
that
fix that.
around. You will, you'll
We'll turn it around. I'll
ex,
expand on the Hufflepuff love.
ex,
Spelliarmus.
I can't. Every joke I want to make, I'm just like, nope, 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 nope. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Uh, uh, yeah, no, nothing. Hufflepuff. What? Uh, I know nothing about Hufflepuff. Were any of the characters in the Harry Potter films in Hufflepuff, or was it just like the house that didn't matter?
I wasn't Neville Longbottom in Hufflepuff.
He might have been. I
I honestly
know
I have
about
no idea.
Gryffindor. I know
It
about
was just the
Slytherin.
color skirt I had.
Oh, hey, that's okay.
It was
That's
just clothes that I already had laying around my house.
yeah. So I have some questions about accounting, and of course we have to discuss accounting as it
Right.
is, um, which I think it was interesting because we're learning different code words. Uh, so during the pandemic, a lot of people decided to take up accounting.
Right.
Um, Now, were you an accountant before the pandemic? Oh, okay. So you were one of the people that decided to
No,
take up.
after the
So
pandemic.
you chose after, not during. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
according to what I was seeing, there was a lot of saturation in the accounting field. Have you found that to be true, that you've got a lot of saturation, or you're like, well, this is, of course, you don't have any basis to compare it on since you only started. Hmm. So that's my
Right.
bad. I should have framed a better question. So what has
Like,
what's been your experience in code?
well, trying to figure out how to work Reddit and Twitter in order to find new accountant clients
Mm,
is difficult when you can barely understand how to work your iPhone 12.
yes, yes, it is.
And those are the two
Um,
main things that you have to like advertise your number services on.
that's true. That's true. A lot of people use the Twitter. A lot of people use the Twitter because it's interesting because when I first got onto TikTok, a lot of people were doing, you could do just links in the bio. Well, then of
Right.
course they don't want certain links in the bio, so then they would do
Right.
like a link tree or like a redirect
Right.
link. But I think even that they're like cracking down on. So a lot of them will just say, "Hey, you can check out my Instagram, and on my Instagram you can find my Twitter, and on my Twitter you can find my accounting services." And you're just like, oh,
Right.
because that's hard. If you're trying to sell a service or a good, that's hoops. You don't want your customer to have to jump through hoops, but at the same
Right.
time, they're put there
Well,
for a reason, I suppose.
and the plus side is I have barber clients who like
Oh,
accountant services.
as barbers, I mean, people who have hair also have money, so
Right.
it follows.
So that tends to be mostly where my friends are coming from,
Does
getting their
that
numbers worked on.
does
I does it make it weird? Maybe a little. But remember, I did Rocky for how many years?
I I understand you're very comfortable with the concept of weird. I just I I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm a child. Forgive me. I'm
No,
a child.
I'm aware.
I don't know how to adult in certain situations.
No.
No, it's true. It's true. You wouldn't think. I mean, you look around and you think this man is clearly well put
He's
together,
got his life put together.
buttoned up, buttoned
You
up.
are you are the epitome of grown up.
I am I am just about the most grown individual I know. And I'm very alone in this room. Uh so it's just fascinating to me. Hmm. Yeah. Hey, so TikTok. That's fun. What are your favorite things to see on TikTok? What are your favorite favorite creators or
I
songs?
mean, obviously the thirst traps. Let's be realistic. The cute gothy girls,
Yeah.
especially the tan gothy girls.
Mm, yeah. I have found some interesting things on the TikTok. Some very
Yeah.
interesting things. A goblin thirst trap was probably the most interesting one. Yeah, well, there's a lot of cosplayers, clearly.
Yeah.
A lot of people do the cutesy cosplayers, but some people are just like, I'm a goblin. And they're cute, they're hot goblins, but you got to be
I'm
a
like,
goblin.
hair down.
I mean, something's going on. There's like horns and prosthetics, and I mean, whatever.
Nice. That's fun.
Oh yeah, it was some things. I've seen some things. I've seen
Like
so many things.
gymnothy.
Wait, what?
Like my doll gymnothy that I showed you
Oh
earlier.
yeah. Oh, do you want to share with us the doll? Does it?
I can if you want.
I mean, sure. Is there anything
He's creepy.
terribly inappropriate? No, it's not.
I don't think there's anything inappropriate at all other than just him in general.
This is amazing. Oh, there are some levels here.
Like he has gears and keys on his
Oh, I
noggin.
love the gears. That is so cool. What is that? Some kind of netting? That is
Oh
wild.
yeah, it's a piece of net with the
Oh. Oh, of course. Nice sequins. So how did this transpire? Did you have the baby doll? Did you have some
no, I bought the
things you
baby
need to
doll
work
to
out?
make him.
Oh, so this okay, so
Because
this
I
was not a
used to have a
repurpose.
baby doll kind of like this
Okay,
when we were doing Rocky still.
sure.
And I have no idea where I got it or what happened to it, but I missed it. So I decided I needed to make a new one.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
And I randomly add to him as time goes on.
See, that's something I think would do very well on TikTok. Very well.
He
Very
helped me with my account, my
no,
Slytherin.
no, he did not.
I can show you.
No, wait, no, I don't think you can.
They're appropriate ones. They're ones that can be shown on the Book of Faces. Gymnothy, he is a model.
Oh, Gymnothy. Okay, well, I'm so glad that Gymnothy stopped by. This is so amazing. This is everything I wanted it to be. So what haven't we talked about? What else is
Your
going
haircut.
on? Oh, we're talking about my haircut. Let's talk about my haircut.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're gonna go
so
from Snape, Severus
Severus
Snape,
Snape, Snape, Snape,
Harry Potter.
Severus. Hermione. Oh
Speaking
yeah,
of Harry
Dumbledore.
Potter.
I know. So yes, you affectionately called it the F boy Snape, I believe.
Mhm.
So as promised, I told my followers that if I got 1,000 followers, I would do the berries and cream haircut.
Which I called the Lord Farquaad
It
haircut.
is a Lord Farquaad haircut. It's the nice bangs with the page boy haircut. How bad am I gonna hate this haircut? I'm gonna hate this haircut, aren't I?
You're gonna hate it.
It's gonna be hot,
I
isn't it?
mean, so the plus side is you're gonna still be able to pull most of it up into the ponytail behind your head.
Except for the bangs.
Except for those bangs.
I'm gonna have hot bangs laying on my hot forehead. Wow.
Plus side is I can absolutely teach you how to hide it.
Oh,
But I'm gonna get you like little
okay.
butterfly clips to do it.
Thanks.
Because that's what friends
So
are
nice.
for.
You are my friend, and I thank you. That's so nice. You're even my friend, even after you trim my nose hairs, which to this day is still one of the most painful things I've ever experienced.
Did I trim them or wax them?
I don't know. I don't know. I just knew that you were around me, and then I felt pain in this general area, and then I wanted to get away from you. So other
I mean,
than
that's
that,
like normal life with me.
I mean, I'm not fitting to get off of here real quick. No. No. The Lord
I
Farquaad.
probably waxed it then.
Thanks. You might have. You might have. I don't know. You're kind of
Violent.
rambunctious. No, aggressive. No, you're fine. So as as we
Can't even say that with a straight face.
I can't. I'm usually the one that's
Fail.
got the. I've usually got the whole like.
You got the
I'm
poker face
I'm
until
the
you're dealing with
host,
me.
and you're gonna be the one. I can't. You're too much. So as we mentioned, you do have the TikTok and the Instagrams and the Twitters and the
Tweetings.
accounting. So we'll definitely get all those in the things and all the stuff. Oh, my favorite question. My favorite question.
Okay.
When are you going to write your book?
I actually started writing my book at one point.
How's that going?
Well, I realized that I have a lot of trauma that I have had to recently deal with, that I kind of just glossed over in the original book because I forgot about it.
Wow.
So I have to go back and redo it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And that's a scary prospect.
I'm sure it is.
Because I'm already working on all that crap with shadow work and hippy dippy things.
Hippy dippy things. Yeah, you date
Writing
yourself
in 4
so much
journals
with
a
the
day.
hippy dippy. Hippy dippy. Writing a storm, are we?
4 journals a day. One of them is just to remind myself that I ate for the day.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Hey, a lot of a good friend of mine swears by journaling. He says journaling is the thing that's kept him sane for years. Because you need someone. You need someone that will not judge you, and the page will never judge you. Because
do you know how many animals I have? My animals will not judge me either.
it's true. Animals don't judge you unless that food bowl is empty, and then they judge you.
I mean, yeah, the dog gets kind of upset. The snake doesn't care all that much because she doesn't get, well, they don't get food bowls. They just get handed things.
Yeah.
The fish would probably be salty. I have the 20-inch puffer fish. Hims is a chonk.
Hims is a chonk.
He's a chonk. He's like, he's bigger than my noggin.
Oh wow.
And that's
so
like
funny.
not puffed.
Oh, I never realized, like, you always see a puffer fish puffed up, but they're pretty big fish when they're not puffed up. I mean, they're sizable little.
They're size little chonky things.
Yeah.
But like my big one is a stars and stripes puffer, so he doesn't have little porcupines on him.
Oh, okay.
But he's just a big fatty McFatterson.
Oh, okay. We love
but he
the
looks like a
chonk.
football. I do.
Who doesn't love the chonk?
But people say that he's ugly and I have to yell at them.
No.
Because Hims is a handsome chonky boy.
Hims is a very handsome chonky boy.
He lets me pet him. Like
That's
I have
incredible.
a fish that swims into my hand for me to pet him.
Oh.
And I'm the only one that can put my hand in the tank without getting bit.
I mean, that says something.
I have a predator tank.
Wow. That sounds
2 puffers, a Tesselata eel, 2 tangs.
Yeah. Sure.
They're vicious. Do you know pufferfish have like beaks like birds?
I did not know that. That's wild.
Yep.
So
Because
what?
they eat like shells and like clams and mollusks and things
Okay.
like that. So they need the beaks to break it open in order to get what they need.
Oh wow.
And
I have seen fish with beaks, but I didn't realize the puffer has a beak. How do you know it has a beak? Just from observance, or did you get a little
because I
nibble?
can see them and because I've
Oh,
read on them too. I wanted to know the kind of, I like to do my research on my animals.
well, that's very good of an animal keeper, is to read up on your animals.
Like the tarantula, you got to know how to take care of a tarantula before you
What
can get
did
one.
you just pick like the most dangerous animals? You just like you walked in the pet store and you're like,
Tarantulas aren't dangerous.
I'm shooting an Alice Cooper video. I'll take a snake, a tarantula, a tank
My
full of
snakes are very
predators.
sweet babies.
Do you have any wolverines or like giant bears? What?
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
I know you're not that far off.
Well,
You've
like I
got like
have
a
the
zoo.
ball python, 3 corn snakes, the tarantula, the dog, the caiman lizard. There are 7 turtles, 2
Oh my word.
tortoise, um, a
That's a lot of
bearded
animals.
dragon, 2 geckos,
What is going on here?
and a dog.
Have you charged admission to your petting zoo?
No, but I could very easily.
You have got to monetize this.
I
According to TikTok, I'm pretty sure that's what you do when you live in Florida. You just get a lot of pets, and then eventually you turn into a conservatory and you
well,
actually,
yeah, but see, if I get a lot of pets, I want to get big cat rescues so that it can be like the weird cult, like
oh
everybody,
my
like all the
Lord.
big cat people did. I want a cult. I want a
No,
cult of my very own.
no cult for you.
But I would be an
Wow.
awesome cult leader. I wouldn't make anybody drink Kool-Aid.
Okay. So what are the tenets of you? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Joelle's cult. What are we going to do in the cult?
We are gonna not be a-holes.
You know what? I'm sold. We have one
Like it
tenet.
takes
Don't be an a-hole.
$0 to not be an a-hole. Learn where you're going when you're driving.
For exactly $0 a
Don't come
day.
to a complete stop to make a right-hand turn.
Oh, so your cult like spills over into driving? What is
I
going
mean,
on?
because it's the whole not be an a-hole. You know, be aware of your
Oh,
surroundings.
do you
Don't go
have
10 under the speed limit.
do you have songs of praise for not being an a-hole? Just don't be an a-hole.
Well, I mean, there's the Dennis Leary, I'm an
Oh,
a-hole.
that's true. So we have to turn it around. We have to parody it. Don't be an
I'm not an
a-hole.
a-hole.
I have to say that was a lot of fun before Rocky started to do all the like the underground clips of everything.
Yeah.
That
Throw me
was a
the
lot of
squirrel.
fun. Oh yeah. Was it the little rabbit is like everybody
He
has
else
having
more
more
sex,
sex
more
than
sex
me.
than me.
That's such a good one.
Ooh. Yeah, that was
That was a
Jessica
good
that did
song.
that one.
Oh yeah, that was
She
pretty
dressed up
good.
in the bunny costume.
Ah, very nice.
And then it was, I believe, Candace that did the foamy stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody else. I barely remember any of the other pre-shows. I remember the sacrifices.
Sure. I remember the animal noises for the virgins.
Yes.
Yeah, the virgins. Yeah, it's bad.
I liked the Who's Your Daddy one where you had to pick your dad's name.
That
That one was my favorite, I do have to say.
was some psychological stuff right there.
I
Just
know.
some levels.
That's the
Just
best part.
levels.
That is the best part.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought the cross-dressing relay was pretty good.
Yeah, that was
That
always
was
kind of fun.
that was fascinating. It was fascinating to
The
see.
pole noodle race.
Oh yes, the pool noodle race. I remember that. Yeah, that was a very good one. See, good times. Good times. I mean,
Yeah.
awful in the end, but good times throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Eh.
100%. Like it was a family for a while.
Yeah, and like every family, it got weird. Got weird.
It always gets weird.
All good. Can't
But
undo
that's
the
what makes it
past.
exciting.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it really is. Yeah.
Well, and even if you could undo the past, would you really want to? You never would have met me if you didn't go to Rocky.
You know, that's true. And I probably, I mean, I'm glad I know you, but I wouldn't wish knowing you for the
On anybody.
like, I mean,
Hey.
no, that's not what I said. You assumed the ending of that sentence. I did not say I did not wish meeting you upon anyone. I would not wish that you'd have to go through such trauma to meet me. I'd rather it be like, hey, I'm Joelle and I work at this Starbucks because everything was okay in my life, you know? So, but
Yeah, but how
here's,
boring would I be then?
that's the
I would just be
question.
another face in the crowd. I
That's the
would not
question.
be as hilarious as I am
Okay.
because I turned my trauma into comedy.
So you you were yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, just I can't. I'm all right. I'm cool. I got this. We got this. We're fine.
We got this.
Was there anything else we didn't talk about? There's got to be something we didn't talk about. I think we talked about everything. I don't know. Do you have any questions for me? Like a good job interview, I don't think we should leave without opportunity to ask a question. I mean, fair is fair.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I refuse to grow up, so I never have to answer that question. That is ridiculous.
Perfect. I ask everybody that question that sits in my chair at the barber shop.
Oh yeah.
80 years old, I'll ask them what they want to be when they grow up.
What's the answer you get most often?
Well, there's the retired
Nice.
or I'm already grown.
Oh.
My favorite one though was happy.
Oh.
Another one was kind. Somebody else said healthy. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Rational people. Who are you? Who are you?
Right?
How did you find me?
But that brought me to people. Oh, well, I already do what I want to do. I didn't ask what you want to do when you grow up. I asked what you want to be when you grow up.
That's true. People ask how do you do, but they don't ask how do you be.
Exactly. And then the next question I usually ask people, so I'll ask you, is what's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, I'm flashing through all of them. I would have to say,
Rolodex.
that's tough. That's a real tough one. How about like a top 3?
All right, top 3.
Okay, my top 3. Number 3 has to be the ankylosaur. I love me some armored dinosaurs. Ankylosaur was the little squat one that was it looked like a perfect little Pokemon, and it had a club tail that it could just ruin your day with. That's great. Ankylosaur was great. And number 2, in the armored dinosaurs, is the Triceratops. And the Triceratops, I just love me some face full of horns and some big, some good. Oh, I need another one. Well, honorable mention is Stegosaurus. Because I love me
Gotta love the
some plates.
Stegosaurus.
I love me some plates. They're like land crabs. I don't know what's going on. They're just big, massive things. But my favorite has to be the Brontosaurus. The Brontosaurus, the big, or the Brachiosaur, whichever one is the larger one. I just love the concept of a dinosaur so large, just so large. Like in Jurassic Park, when they first got up and they saw the necks like above the clouds. Oh, that was right there. That was right there.
Oh,
It was. I don't know. I remember the very first brontosaur I saw in a book, and I was like, oh, that's my buddy. Yeah, that's my giant buddy. He would step
it's
on
like a
me and not
giraffe.
feel a thing. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like a giraffe the size of a building. So, Joelle, what is your favorite dinosaur?
Well, my favoriteest of them all is the Polyceratops,
The
which is
polycer.
it's like the Triceratops, except for it has 5
Excuse me.
horns.
Pardon. Pardon. I just went for the triceratops and not the polyceratops.
The Polyceratops is my favorite.
Clearly.
And then I love saying Stegosaurus because they're adorable.
So amazing.
And pterodactyl.
Oh.
Ah!
Oh, I love me some
Exactly.
pterodactyl.
Exactly.
That is
Right. How could you not love the pterodactyl? You want to change your answers now, don't you?
I I love making pterodactyl noises. I mean, does that count? I
I
mean
mean,
that's
I like to make pterodactyl noises at guys that hit on me.
that's a
Just pretend like I'm flying at him.
Hey baby, what's up? I don't know, man. She came right at me, like talons up and everything. I'm like, I didn't even see those. But you know what? I was kind of into it. I was kind of into it. Like, yeah, that happens to be my favorite dinosaur. Do you remember Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Of
Do you
course, I
remember
remember Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Terry the pterodactyl?
Yes, I remember.
Pee-wee. It wasn't a very good puppet. Pee-wee.
No.
I couldn't even tell you what Terry's voice was. But absolute. Now that we're Pee-wee's Playhouse, do you remember Cowboy Jim? Howdy, Pee-wee. How are you doing today?
Vaguely.
Go back and watch it. Do you know who played Cowboy Jim? Or
Who?
Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus from The Matrix.
Yeah.
Played Cowboy Jim. Or it was like Cowboy something. And I mean, it was the most over the top. And you're like, I love Lawrence Fishburne. He's a serious actor. I've watched him, monologue in front of these terrible scenes and this wonderful adventure and John Wick and the whole thing. And then he was in the cowboy suit. Yep. Yeah. It's magical. It is magical. Well, Joelle, it has been an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to ToastyTentacle. Yes. So is there any famous so long that you say when you see people? You might not see them for a while. What do you say to them?
Be safe and avoid the crazies.
Be safe and avoid the crazies.
And it's
Well,
easier since I'm going to be leaving in a minute.
See, I did not call you crazy. That is not what I did. That is you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I know I'm crazy, which means that I'm not crazy. Because people that think that they're crazy aren't actually crazy. It's the people that don't know they're crazy that are crazy. It's crazy, huh?
I'm going to need pen and paper. So the people who are no,
it's okay. I'm in therapy.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I got a TikTok account. I'll TikTok about this later.
Yeah, my therapist says I'm okay.
My therapist says I'm going to retire early. Oh.
Yeah, that might be the case too.
Hey, it's what we can do. It's what we can do. Well, thanks again for stopping by ToastyTentacle and wave to the lovely people. And you can find all the stuff down in the doobly-doo.